Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Yeah. Now, today and everything, we got great news. Chauvin basically has been prosecuted. I think he's getting 40 some years, and I think he'll have a chance to appeal later. But something really disturbed me today with what Joebiden said. Biden basically said that the verdict in the Chauvin trial could be a step forward toward racial justice in America and urges to come. Um, he welcomed the guilty. What's up, Brown? What's up, Bear? He welcomed Tuesday's guilty verdict in the murder trial of a former Minneapolis police officer, but said the outcome was too rare for the country to turn away now from issues of systematic racism. I can't breathe. Those were George Floyd's last words. Biden said, evoking the final utterance of the man Derek Chauvin was convicted of murdering. We can't let those words die with him. We have to keep hearing those words. We must not turn away. We can't turn away. This can be a moment of significant change, he concluded. It was a stark reflection on the state of race and policing from a president who followed Floyd's death last spring, centered his presidential campaign on the vow to address issues of inequality and systematic bias. Now, he also said, we were watching every second of this, he told Floyd's family in a phone call shortly after the verdict was read out loud in the courtroom. We're also relieved. In his remarks a few hours later from the White House foyer, Biden called systematic racism a stain on our nation's soul and said he was hardened by the jury's verdict. The testimony of other police officers against Chauvin throughout the trial and the collective realization about the reality of systematic racism worldwide that has taken place since Floyd's death. But Biden recognized that none of that progress or Chauvin being found guilty would bring Floyd back. Nothing can ever bring their brother, their family back, but this can be a giant step forward in the march toward justice in America. Biden said the president called the guilty verdict, like the one rendered Tuesday, much too rare, and said it was not enough to cure all of society's problem. For so many people, it seems like it took a unique and extraordinary convergence of factors, a brave young woman with a smartphone camera, a crowd that was traumatized. Biden said, making note that the murder lasted, almost 10 minutes. Black men in particular have been treated throughout the course of our history as less than human. Their lives must be valued in our nation, full stop, Biden added. Vice President Kamala Harris, who spoke ahead of the president, said lawmakers now need to take up legislation that will reform policing in America, calling it a part of Floyd's legacy. Today, we feel a sigh of relief. Still, it cannot take away the pain. A measure of justice is not the same as equal justice, Harris said, calling for passage of a policing bill named for Floyd that she had helped sponsor as a senator. Okay, now, so basically, what's up, Thinking Highly? Bear, what's up? Did you hear about got killed in Columbus by a cop? No, but I will look that up in a minute, Bear. Let's focus on this for right now. I'm going to get to that. I'll look that up. What's up, Steve Alexander? Now, here's my thing. Also, everybody say a prayer for Joe Bailey, aka Joe Cool. His dad, I believe, is in, let me see. I think his dad's in surgery. Yeah, his surgery, his dad, Joe Cool, Joe Bailey, who be on my page and Carcino for Life page, his dad is going to surgery tomorrow. So everybody please say a big prayer for him. He really needs it. He's going through it right now. I understand what he's going through. My father, before he passed, he had a lot of surgeries to do. So please say a prayer for him. He's very nervous. Let me send, give me a second. I have to send out some notifications. We're going to get into this. Now, I call bull crap on this. I call a lot of bull crap on this. And I'm going to tell you why I call a lot of bull crap on what Joebiden and Kamala was saying. Because to me, I just white noise. And you pessimistic person. I am. I don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. All right. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. I'm sending this out to everybody real quick. We are going to talk about this. Because this is bull crap. I'm going to tell you guys why I have a problem with this. What's up, Andrew Walker? Now, Joebiden talks a good game. Now, wasn't Joebiden the one who said that he was going to talk about the forgiveness of debt for people who went to college and graduated? Didn't he say he was going to do something to do that? Didn't he throw out there the idea of reparations? But all of a sudden, that has been thrown to the side, and he's saying all of a sudden, "Oh, well, we're trying not. We'll look into that later." What's up, Warriors for Life? Warriors for Life, exactly. Steve Alexander, I don't know if I said salute to you, but salute. Yes, Warriors for Life, you are correct. Joebiden is full of crap, just like the rest of this nation. I believe we're not going to have any change unless we change ourselves. And what I mean by that is we have to police ourselves first. We have to teach one another, let's clean up our streets, let's clean up our act. Let's stop doing all this extra curriculum stuff like black on black crime. What's up, Andre Bailey? We have to talk about cleaning up crime, cleaning up our streets, teaching our kids right or wrong, learning how to police ourselves. And a lot of problems comes from the single motherhood in the hoods and all around. Not being able to discipline their kid, like when we were younger and our father and our mothers were younger, everybody had a neighbor who watched you, who made sure you was doing your job. If you didn't, you got your butt tore up, or they would tell your parents, then which your parents would come and tear your butt up. And if they see you were doing wrong, they would check you right then and there, and then they would go to your parents and tell you why they checked you. Nowadays, a lot of these single mothers and single fathers are scared to let their kids be disciplined. And I'm not saying doesn't be your butt whooped or slapped on the head, nothing like that. But discipline as far as you can't be doing this. You need to sit here until your parents come, or we find an adult who could take you in and watch them. To me, this system is continuously going to be broken. And to me, why hasn't nobody talked about the other police officers, that was with Derek Chauvin, that was allowing him to put his knee in George Floyd's neck? Why aren't they on trial? Huh? Why aren't they on trial? up, Chris Cervantes? I don't even call it a small victory, Chris. I don't even think it was I don't even think, yeah, Thinking Holly said something. Everyone in the community got involved. Yep. Exactly, Andrew. We can't change the world unless we change ourselves. Do y'all hear this? We have to change ourselves. We have to change the way we look at stuff. We have to start studying and looking at the laws and being able to put our kids somewhere in higher places, which will help us. We need to pick our own political party. I know it sounds like a lot, but we need our own political party. We need our own group of people who care about the people, not this fake Black Lives Matter crap where you got these two lesbian chicks running the organization and buying $1.4 million houses somewhere. We don't need that. We need somebody who's going to take that $1.4 million they get and put it into helping Black people get a trade. Not only a trade, get a school. I mean, a charter school, not no public school. We don't need no more public schools. We need schools with trade. We need to teach kids how to build again. Small victory today, but it's not enough. We need to hold these people in badges accountable for all the years, man. Exactly, Chris. It's true, but I don't even call it a victory, Chris. I just think they threw Derek Chauvin, the only one. They threw everything on him so the other cops won't get arrested, so they could keep the focus of them guys off of what really is going on. Those guys should have been prosecuted along with Derek Chauvin because they could have went over there and took his knee off of his neck. So to me, I'm trying to think, was this planned? I think they planned this to happen so they could get that guy Chauvin off the streets. Exactly, Andre. The sad part, bro, this by taking the real fathers out the house. Exactly. Y'all about to say that BLM leaders were taking money and using it for their own greed. Exactly, Chris. We can't trust the BLM, and I'm Black, and I can't trust them because what they're going to do, they're going to take my donation and put it in their pocket. They're not going to give it to the community. They're not going to give it to the people. You know, they're not. But I feel this was planned. Salute raw footage. Thank you for coming by. Yep, exactly. Thinking Holly, scapegoat. I think this was planned, and I think that he was the scapegoat. I think they were trying to get him off the streets. But why are these other officers not on trial? That's what Black people need to stop looking at, is one person. You need to look at the big picture, the system, the no's and the do's and the don'ts, what we need to know. What's up, Clem? Yep, definitely planned. I agree. They have to change the training inside the police academy. That's the roots. Yeah, they do raw footage. And also, we need to start being police officers. If I could take back what I did, what Carcino was talking about, shout out to Carcino for life. If I could change what I did, I would go back and be a police officer. I would have stayed in St. Petersburg, Florida, and I would have tried to clean up the streets. I may have died doing it, or it may have been hard, but I should have tried to do that to make a change and tried to get all my friends to join, try to get all these kids to join who are too busy out here running wild with guns, with no license for the gun, killing people, killing one another, things like that we need to change. One of the first things they teach police recruits is that the number one suspect is Black male. Exactly, raw footage. You're right. That is raw footage. Make a great point. That's what they teach, and they do. I've met some police officers before, and that's what they're trained to do. There's no amount of training. Exactly, LB. What's up, LB? Yeah, you're right, LB. No training can take racism out. So that's why we need to police ourselves. We need to change how we're doing where we live at. We have got to change and stop this Black on Black crime. Make it a positive where we don't need the police to come to our neighborhoods, where we don't need the police to come pick up a body at 3 a.m. and go tell the mother, well, your son died in a gang-related thing or a street war. We need to stop all of that. We got to grow up, and we have to blame ourselves. I blame myself and all the forefathers of me and those before them that we should have did a better job in raising and teaching the youth how to navigate through this world that we're in, dealing with black on black crime as well as dealing with the police violence. HDMI community, Los Angeles and Latino areas where I live, you see more Latino and black cops. Feel like we need more diversity across the U.S. Exactly, Chris. Look at what in my community in Los Angeles, in the Latino areas where I live, you see more Latino and black cops. Feel like we need more diversity across the U.S. I agree, Chris. We need it. Need the community could have you. Yeah, thinking highly. I wish I would have done it because my uncle was a cop in New York City, and he was a good cop. He was doing his best to change things, but it can't just be one black person. We need 5 to 10 black people to go down there. So if they only accept 3 of us, we'll have some more keep coming in, and then they'll have to hire us. Out here in El Paso is nothing but Mexican cops. That's it. There's no white cop. It's probably 1 or 2, but it's mainly Latinos. So they're able to deal with what they could deal with. They're able to police themselves. Exactly, Clem. Well, raw footage, I would say a stronger background check. We need stronger background checks because we do have a background check, but it's not official. The background check really, they run a light background check. But if it come to black people like myself or you or others that go down there and want to apply to be a cop, they run harsh background checks to keep them out. So I agree. We need background checks, but we need a stricter background check. Yeah, LeBron's a puppet, raw footage. We all know that. At the same time, nobody wants to be a cop for 2 reasons. Our neighborhoods, 1, they usually turn on their own, and 2 is to pay. Yeah, you're right, LB. LB makes a great point, and I was waiting for somebody to make this point. At the same time, nobody wants to be a cop for 2 reasons. In our neighborhoods, 1, they usually turn on their own, which they do, LB, because I dealt with the worst cops I dealt with look just like me. And that's crazy. The worst cops I dealt with look just like me or darker. And yeah, you're right. The pay sucks. The pay for a cop is terrible. NYPD the same way. It's a mixed bag of different cultural backgrounds, but they all the same to me from personal experience. LB, I agree with you, LB. You're right, because I dealt with black cops and Latino cops that were terrible, and I dealt with some white cops who were nice to me. The white cop was nicer to me than the black cop. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. It's like I was in the Twilight Zone. Also feel like people in our community look down upon law enforcement, forcing us to not want to join because it's not cool. Yep, Chris said another great point. Shout out to Chris Cervantes and LB So Wavy, raw footage. Q Lee in here, Clem, thinking highly, raw footage. If I didn't say your name, Andre Bailey, Andrew Walker, Steve Alexander, Bear Theater, and Charles Brown, my brother, my fellow UPS man, Charles Brown. Man, great point by Chris. People in our neighborhoods from listening to music growing up saying F the police or don't be a police officer because you'll be considered a snitch. That is the reason why we don't have a lot of brothers in the police force, like real brothers. I'm not talking about those suburb brothers. I'm talking about the real brothers from the inner city, from the projects, from the community. Like, we don't have enough of them. We don't have a lot of them guys. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. We have to do better. Raw footage, I saw. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Let's stay on this, but we're gonna get to that after we deal with this first. But no, LeBron's only gonna mention it if it goes viral. When it goes viral, that's when he'll mention it. That's who he is. He's a coon. He's a token Negro. No matter how many in your race that are cops in the system that's messed up and built on the blood, sweat, suffering, and tears on blacks. My boy Quentin Lee, shout out from Orlando, Florida, my brother, my fellow Floridian. No matter how many in your race that are cops, it's the system that's messed up and built on the blood, sweat, suffering, and tears on blacks that built us. Exactly. That is a great statement right there. Here's Warriors for Life. Exactly, Chris. I was raised to stay away from law enforcement. Exactly, Warriors for Life. You are correct. And there's nothing wrong with that because you were taught that. So I can't blame you or blame anybody else. Seems like black family members accept you as a security guard at the mall or something, but never accept you as a cop as a black man. Raw footage said something smart. Look at this. Seems like black family members accept you as a security guard at the mall or something, but never accept you as a cop as a black man. Exactly. And this is the problem. If whoever's watching this out here after it streams, you need to look at this. This is the problem. We're making it not cool to be a cop. But if we did make it cool to be a cop, you would have all the brothers running in there to be a cop. But we made it not cool. And I agree, Raw footage, because I did the same thing growing up. I ain't finna be no cop. F that, man. I ain't no snitch. And look at it now. You know what I'm saying? You're dumb. When you're young, you're living by what the people older than you are talking about. And usually those guys are either drug dealers, either con men, either pimps or hoes or whatever they are. We look up to them because that's mainly what's in our neighborhood being promoted to us, even through the music. The system needs to change. We need to come together and have a people's committee. We need to stop spending money on other races and spend with our own. They only respect money. Exactly, Q Lee. Do that, but we also need to stop the violence in our neighborhoods. I know it's not perfect. We can't do it overnight, but we have to have our committee stop the black violence. If we don't stop black violence within our communities or in our streets, how are we going to stop the cops from killing us? Remember with Melly Mel, shout out to the rapper, grandfather, Melly Mel, Grandmaster Melly Mel, He says something interesting. Why are black people getting mad when a cop kills a black kid, but when a black kills a black kid, we don't say nothing about it? So we have to stop being hypocrites and go after the ones who killed those kids or killed their own black people, as well as those cops who killed black people. Yeah, that's definitely true, Q Lee. That's basically what he was also saying at the beginning. So yeah, exactly, Drew. That's what I was saying earlier. It's the system. C Penn for the win. Accountability, that's an effing coward. Exactly. That is a coward. Accountability, all four of them cops should have been prosecuted. We didn't win today, guys, because they only went after one guy when it was four people there. You had the one cop they prosecuted who had his knee on his neck. You had the Asian cop and you had the other, I think they were white cops, right there watching the perimeter, keeping people from getting closer and being a-holes. Exactly, Q Lee. The same thing as coming home from prison, gets you praise, but coming from college makes you corny. Exactly. That, look at what Raw footage has been saying some gems tonight. The same thing as coming home from prison gets you praise, but coming from college makes you corny. And that's the truth. When I came home from college, only a few of my homeboys gave me respect. Everybody else was like, man, whatever. My other dog came home from prison. They threw this nigga a party, threw him champagne, had the broads there on deck, popping their thing out there, showing the tatas. He got all that. All I got was a good job. Now go do your job. Now go get a 9 to 5. It's like, what? That is the stupidest thing I ever felt or even heard. You see, the Chinese just got 50 million of reparations, but we don't get it because we don't own. Exactly, Q Lee. Of course they get that because they don't like black people. They don't respect us. All they want us for is our entertainment, our tool in our pants, or what else? Our talent. That's it. That's all they want us for. They don't want us for our mind. They don't want us for our hard work. They want to keep us. They want to keep us down and basically wanting to kill ourselves, shoot ourselves up with heroin and all this stupid stuff. Bama boy 205. What up, my Bama boy? I love Alabama, man. Y'all show nothing but love down there when I come. Life is backwards, HD. Oh, exactly. Life is backwards. Life is real backwards, dog. And that's how it is. It's like if you do bad, not saying nothing to my people. Happy 420 to all my brothers out there who smoke that ganja. But people are praised for doing that or selling dope or selling drugs and going to jail, coming out, rather than somebody who went to college, got a trade, was able to open their own business, able to give back to their neighborhood. They're not praised. They're not talked about. And that's also the problem with media. That's what I'm fighting against is media, because all media wants to do is keep us down and continue to show us in a negative light instead of showing us in a positive light. And they keep giving these police and these politicians passes after passes. So we have to start holding ourselves and our community accountable and then holding them accountable. Because if you don't fix your house first, how are you going to be able to go tell somebody about their house when your house is full of crap? And that's something I learned the hard way. This country still refuses to make using the N-word against a black person a hate crime, but say something to Jewish, Asian, or rainbow and you can't exist no more. Exactly, raw footage. When what was the guy who died who called the black women nappy-headed hoes? What was his name? Rush Limbaugh. Man, I didn't celebrate him. When he died, I poured me a drink and celebrate. Good, let the bastard die. And I may sound harsh saying that, but that's what he gets. All he promoted was hate. All he promoted was tearing us down. When his people are probably the worst beings that ever been created. You only show black men as thugs and rainbow and black women as yelling. Exactly, raw footage. You're right. Oh, Don Imus, my fault. Rush Limbaugh can go too with Don Imus. Both of them are cowards. They hide behind a mic talking that crap all day. So I'm finna open the panel up. You guys can hit the link. We can talk about it. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from the viewers, man. What do you guys think about this? And everybody say a prayer for Joe Bailey, aka Joe Cool. His dad is having surgery tomorrow. He's a helper of this page. He's one of the few who's really helped this page grow some. One day when we get over 1,000 subs, man, I'm gonna have everybody on here. We're gonna be partying on here. Somebody got 15 years for burning a rainbow flag. Damn.
What up?
What up, Q Lee, man? How you doing? I know you're at work, man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. We just can't get happy as far as this conviction because he's still gonna get he's still, his lawyers or where they're gonna try to fight an appeal. They're gonna do an appeal and break down, even give him less time. So so everybody we are. Oh yeah. A lot of people cheering, especially a lot of black people around my job. They happy this and that. But I'm telling them, I'm like, what y'all getting so happy for? But it ain't no final sentence yet. They
right.
Give them no, you know what I mean? They might get this fool 5 years.
Yeah.
and you know what I mean? might be in good behavior 3. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yep.
So you know what I mean. We just can't, But yeah, this topic right here can go so deep and can go so in so many different ways. What we need to do, far as a whole, as a people, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the hardest thing to do is for us to come together.
It is.
Because a lot of us, what I mean, we don't like to see the next person doing better than them and stuff like that, that's just ignorance and ignorance is the most expensive thing. Ignorance is just you not knowing. That's
Mm-hmm.
all ignorance is. You know what I mean? And you just not knowing. But we all need to come together and have a just and sit and figure out who are going to be the leaders and who just figure out the structure as far as you know because the structure is like every 4 years. You know how they got it. The European way is every 4 years. We need to figure out a structure. So we can take certain. You know what I mean? Just we need to
Mm-hmm.
figure out a structure. That's the main thing. Is the base. Once you
Yeah.
got the base down, then we can start building as a people. Because us as a whole, as a people, we have the most spending power. All they respect is money. We have
Yep.
the most spending power. We don't need to spend with them. Why you think every hood there's a Chinese, it's a restaurant
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, or hair. They selling our hair. You know what I mean for because they know what we like, and I've seen it also that I've seen a black person and a Chinese person selling the same product, and I've seen a Chinese man go spend the money with the Chinese dude, and the product that the black dude had was cheaper than the one that the Chinese dude. Same product now,
Mm-hmm.
and the black dude was sitting there like, what the heck? Like, I'm selling it cheaper, and or whatever. I seen this with my own eye, and I stepped to the black dude and I told him, I said, you know why he did that? It's because he's spending with his own people. It
Yep.
don't matter if your price is cheaper than theirs. All they respect is money, helping each other. They helping each other.
Yep.
And you know what I'm saying? And that's what we need to do. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Is help each other.
We do.
Because you know, like in Florida, that especially around my way, that all the Hispanics, you know what I mean, they
Mhm.
all stay in one house.
Yep.
Then a couple months later, you see a Tahoe. Then a
Shoot.
couple months later, you see a Suburban.
Jamaicans, Jamaicans and Haitians do the same thing. All of
Yes.
the foreigners do this. Africans, all of them get to stay in one house. Us, if we all stay in one house, we're gonna be accusing each other of
Yep.
stealing. We're
Yep.
gonna get mad at somebody because they
Yep.
car better than you, or they
Yep.
parked in this parking spot. Is all type of mess. I've been
Yep.
through that before. You're
Yep.
right.
Yep. But you know why? Because we don't know who we are. They have stripped us as a culture, every race has a culture. They stripped they stripped our race, they stripped us completely, and we are introduced to their theologies, their
Yep.
European ways, which they done stolen from
Yep.
the Indians and stolen from the Egyptians and stolen from you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like who told us our teeth have to be bleached white? Who told us that? You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
we've been stripped. We eating pizza. That ain't our culture. American
Right.
food is
Right.
pizza and French fries.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like every culture, every race, Jamaicans, they have their culture. The Haitians, they have theirs. The Chinese, the Japanese, they have theirs. There's restaurants I've been to, the Chinese restaurant, no, Japanese restaurant I've been to, like, do you have shrimp farmer? No, we don't sell shrimp farmer. That's Chinese. They get pissed off.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No,
they
that's
do.
Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
They get pissed off. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because every race, they have every race, nationality.
Mm-hmm. Hello? Hello? Sterling.
Yo.
Oh, okay. Q thing messed up. So Sterling, what you think about it?
My
What
thing still messed up.
Oh,
uh
now I hear Q.
Oh, okay.
to me a step to me. I'm not worried about that. 'Cause I know people celebrate. Oh, they were. The only thing I'm worried about is the sentencing. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about what the judge is gonna get. What the judge really gonna give him. You know. I hope it is 40 years. 40 years. I hope it get 40 years. But to me, I always say
No, you shouldn't even hope for that, though. You know
that
why?
that's how the maxim is in Minneapolis. Trust me, because I went to college in Minneapolis. That's how the maxim is. For all the cases, all the 3 cases, that's 40. That's add all that up. That's like 40 years. For me,
Yeah.
for me, to me, that's what I'm worried about is the sentencing. Because for the judge, I know it's his job, but it's gonna be a lose situation. Because if he slapped this nigga, if he gave the dude a slap on the wrist, all of us, it's gonna be a hell. It's gonna be all hell gonna broke loose in Minneapolis. But if
Yeah. You
but if,
see?
but if, but if he does the right thing, these racist ass white people, they're gonna get mad. They're gonna get mad at him for doing that. So it'll be a tough situation for him. You know, for the step for the right direction. For the verdict for step right direction. To me, for the police, definitely, seeing this like change the rule, like, probably hopefully change the rules, like you can't put your foot around the necks, lead them there. But to me, the killing is not gonna stop. To me, the killing ain't gonna stop because, like I said, you gonna see you're gonna see something that's gonna be worse than Breonna Taylor, George Floyd.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're gonna see something. It's gonna be like that, but worser.
You know
You
what I'm
know.
afraid
But
of?
the thing is, oh my bad. Go ahead.
No, you
Go ahead,
good,
HD.
Q.
No,
You
go
know
ahead.
what I'm afraid of?
No, no, this your platform. Go ahead.
What I'm afraid of and everything is that this stuff is going to continue, and then one day somebody's going to get fed up, and they're going to just start taking out police and taking out
You
different
just took the
organizations,
words right out of my mouth. What I was just about to say
Yeah.
that.
and
You just took it
it's
out of
going
my
to be a
mouth.
civil war. It's going to be a civil war. I don't know if it's going to be next year, year after, or 10 years from now. People are going to get fed up, and then they're just going to
Like,
palm
And you know what?
in their
And you
hand.
know what?
yeah.
And you know what, HD? They already know this because if you do, you know what I'm saying, anybody do their research, they've bought so much the military have enough ammunition for 20 years. It's so hard not to get ammunition, especially my way. It's very hard to get ammunition. It ain't
Mm.
they, man, even online, they're taxing bullets out crazy. $1 a bullet. I just went to the gun shop just last week for my 9mm. They charging $1 a bullet, $25 for 25 bullets. So what
Damn.
the heck that tell you?
I
They
mean,
know this. That's why they buying
it
up. The
been.
military's buying up all the ammunition. That's why today they bulked up the security because they knew if their judge would have said today not guilty or whatever, they knew then it was gonna be a riot. It was gonna be war then.
To me, it's been a civil war to me. It's been a civil war since for years, for years.
No, not yet. No, not yet.
No, it really did. It really is civil war. We've been through that civil war. You see those riots. You see these. That's why you see riots in LA and stuff. Because these black people, some black people, they like, oh man, we can't do violence, man. We gotta protest. We gotta fight. No, we sick it. Some people, you can't say that because you know why? Because one black person, like you said, one black person gonna get sick of that shit, that protest shit, and not get our just due, and will snap on the fucking police. It's like they keep murdering at the murder on the murder. It's like, goddamn, when this shit gonna stop?
But
Now
I'm gonna tell
that's
you,
why you see that's why you see people in the neighborhood. That's why you see kids don't want to be like cops. They don't want to be like the police. They don't want to talk to police, and they don't want to be nice to the police because look what they done to their culture. Look what they done to their people. because we gotta look at certain things. That's why I said we gotta fight. You gotta stick together on this because now they're attacking us one by one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
of course
that's what I'm saying.
They've
We
been
got to
attacking us
clean
since the
up.
beginning of time.
We got to clean up where we're from. We have to try to stop all the drug dealings, the shooting one another, and we have to start building our youth into being politicians, having their own party, going to a trade, being doctors, being lawyers, doing things that they don't want us to do. And I hate to say it, we need to do that because that's the only way we'll have change. We're not going to have change if we keep saying, I don't want to be a cop because of what the cop did to me. That's why you should be a cop. So you can prevent that from happening to your boy, your homeboy, or your brothers, or your sisters, or your mother or father. And also the problem is that as a country as well, us as black people, we don't know our laws. We don't know the laws where we stay at. We don't know the laws where we go at. Like if we go out of town to another state, we don't know the laws. We don't know how to protect ourselves. So we're
Yeah,
all
they're not going to tell you that, of course. Yeah,
right. So we have to start using this up here. We're too busy trying to use a gun, or we're trying to use the way for us to get it. And I'm not blaming the blacks in the black community because a lot of these brothers, they don't have fathers and they don't have a strong background. They may have both parents, but they don't have a strong household because both parents probably strung out on drugs and they're still trying to go out and do their thing in the streets or go do their thing in the club and things like that. So,
but you know they wanted that. They wanted that. They want a single household. You know what I mean? Because they know once the man is in the household, you know what I mean. That's you get what I'm saying. It's psychological. Yeah. We used to be slave. You know, physically. Now we're slave mentally.
mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? With this brainwash they send us that we got to go to school for 12 years. You know what I mean? With teaching like Christopher Columbus and all this other bull crap, this brainwashed bull crap. Whoever believed that he built the America or whatever the heck, got to be out of their darn mind. Like it's just about we need to come together and teach our own culture. We need to do our history, find out our history, know our history, and teach it to our kids. Then we can start, you know what I'm saying, clean up our communities. Once we know our history and know our enemy, once you know your enemy, then you can start cleaning up your backyard, your neighborhoods, you know what I mean? Because you know, because it's a difference between, you know, a neighborhood and in the community. Look, everybody look it up. It's a difference between a neighborhood and a community. It's so many ways how they destroy us each and every way from the system, from, you know what I mean, from Section 8 and from, you know what I'm saying, these chemicals they put in our foods and all these ley lines. People need to look up ley lines, how positive and negative energy. And all this other is positive. Even the sun give us energy. Like everything in this world was that we have everything we need, but no, they want to sit there and play God and with this technology, all this bull crap. Like now, Elon Musk and all these other billionaires, they trying to build this machine to cover up the sun. Don't you know you cover up the sun, everything would die?
Yeah, and that's what they want.
There's so many ways.
They want that so that they want that so they can process food and kill everybody off quicker.
Exactly. Like if you do your research, there's all the natural farmers, they have ran them out of business, and now they're doing supplement. They're doing supplements and fake food across seas because it's cheaper. It's so many ways how they're destroying us. That don't make no sense. They destroy. Now you see more high blood pressure from the black community. More high blood pressure. More. It's crazy. And now this shot they want to try to give everybody this shot. Now the Johnson & Johnson came out and stop the Johnson & Johnson shot across the
Yeah,
nation now because
because
it was giving people blood clots in the freaking brain.
yeah, I did a video on it earlier, like about it. Like
It's yeah.
they rushed the trials. They rushed the trials too fast. And when they rushed the trials, they didn't care about it. And then that's why they have on that paper so you don't sue them if you get sick or get or hurt from it. So they collect even more money.
Yep.
So I already know
Yep.
that the Johnson.
All is about the money.
I knew about my
Like I was saying about ley lines is they put positive. They put and a lot of people don't even know. That's why a lot of hoods is a lot of crime and this and that because they put positive and negative ley lines in in these hoods in these poverty places.
Yep.
It's so many. Why you think every hood across the country they name a street Martin Luther King?
Yeah. That's where they want to target.
Y'all better wake up. This war is so much mental and not and physical for all these what they're doing to us as a whole because they know once we come together, it's over for their ass.
Mm-hmm.
They know this. But yeah, this situation, like you said, we all need to come together and figure out who need to be our leaders because, like Malcolm X said, no celebrity can.
We don't need to make nobody our leader. We all need to be leaders.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying. Yeah.
So if one of those guys, end up them taking them out or taking us out, we've already done trained 5 or 6 after us to be leaders on their own. We don't need to have any followers. We need we need everybody to think for themselves and lead and hold themselves accountable as they would hold the group accountable. True. And that's all we got to do. But if we looking to be like, oh, I'm gonna delegate you, Q. I'm gonna delegate you, Sterling. I'm gonna delegate you, LB. I mean, it's like, then for what? That's too much pressure. You might as well just have everybody as a delegate. So if that guy ain't there that day to lead, you got somebody who can step in and handle the job.
Yeah.
That's
our problem. Like old boy was saying about, that this war has been going on. No, the war hasn't been going on since because every time you turn around, we destroying our own neighborhoods. Once we just start destroying their neighborhoods, Beverly Hills and
we don't get shot down. They're gonna kill us.
Then they will respect us. Then it'll be you know what I'm saying? Because right now the game that they're playing is casualties of war.
But they're not gonna let you. They're not gonna let you even get to that area. They gonna
I understand what you're saying, but I totally disagree with that because like the war thing, we've been through them. We've been war with them. It's just that we always be ending up defeating ourselves. Now this time we have to stop the gang banging, stop this and that, and start focusing each other unity because our real enemy, our real rivalry is the police. That's our real rivalry.
I don't think they need to stop gang banging. You just need to get the gangs to go at the cops.
Yeah,
which they did last summer.
No. Stop gang banging and stop rivaling with each other and started focus on them.
They're not gonna do that because
they ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do that because they don't
funding the gangs. Because I know in Chicago, like the Latin Kings, the government was funding the Latin Kings to go against the blacks.
But a lot of people, when it came to that situation, nobody talked about the aftermath of that, where you had the 2 gang leaders of the GDs and the Latin Kings, had them all in a circle and whatever, like, nah, we gonna stop doing this because you already know what they were trying to do and blah blah. Like nobody saw that video. They posted it like on black media, but they didn't post it like on media.
Because I heard the 13. I mean the boy he got shot by the police and all that. And I heard that the police did that. Now they're scared because the Latin Kings got involved. They wanted now they had declared a war on the police. What they did to the boy. It's just like that. Like we need to. Stop with that. Not game bang like what LB said. Need to have the unity. Like, yo, we need to stop all this rivalry and focus on this This police killing these kids because we don't focus on
Like
that.
you saying
We at
like
war.
how they was like open, like you saying like Warren and all that. I recall, I think it was like right before Kobe passing in the Bronx. I think like a guy's son got killed by police or something like that.
LB, hold on. Sorry to cut you off. This is breaking news that just came in. Hold on. After Chauvin, Minnesota set to prosecute the 3 other officers in Floyd's death. So the other 3 officers, Joe Tyler, J. Alexander King, and Thomas Lane, all of whom were found days after Floyd died last May. They faced charges at a trial on August 23rd that they aided and abetted second-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter of Floyd. Okay, so they're going after the other cops now too.
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Yeah. LB, tell me, what do you feel about Joebiden says that the verdict is basically the right start for change. I disagree with him, but how do you feel about what he said?
You said who said that?
Joebiden. He basically said the verdict in prosecuting Derek Chauvin, finding him guilty, is the right step in the right direction for racial quality. I mean, bringing us all together, ending racial inequality. I disagree with him, but what do you think about what he says?
Like, fool, this is your fault. This is happening in the first place.
Yep.
Like, people forget that he was part of the crime bill?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. Thank you. My boy over here ain't smoking. T, what's up, big guy?
What's going on, brother?
Yeah. Basically, what do you feel about Joebiden saying, because of this guilty verdict, that it's the right step in the right direction to end racial inequality? I wholeheartedly disagree with him. How do you feel about what he said?
Oh, of course. I mean, it's what they're going to give. You know what I'm saying? Now, see, for justice, you know what I'm saying, dude should have been charged with murder in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
first
should have been open and shut
first
case.
degree murder, not second degree, not manslaughter, first degree murder.
Yeah,
he got hit with all 3 counts.
Yeah.
No, but there wasn't none of them. Like, he ain't about to spend the rest of his life in jail. He gonna get out of jail.
Yeah, he getting like from
he gonna get like 20,
like 40.
Years.
It's looking like 40. But
he ain't gonna like with they'll give him.
It should be an eye for an eye.
How old is he?
He's got to be in his 50s.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all.
Be out.
Go ahead. Can you finish up what you were saying?
No, he'll do 20 years and be out. You know what I'm saying? Versus on the straight up murder charge. They ain't gonna put him in no general population and shit.
They're gonna he's gonna have he ain't gonna survive 20 years without Gen Pop. Because it's like, come on, it's like, what you gonna do? Put him in solitary confinement to protect him? They're gonna get to him regardless.
No, they're gonna put him in another prison, like that video Cino showed. He gonna go to the other side.
Like where they because if we go, because if we go to the Deborah's, the image gonna be.
We talk about like those prisons, like in the Netherlands, where it looks like a condo.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna go there, but they're gonna go to one for the cops. If they put most of the cops in and shit.
I mean, there's no prison that looks like that here, but I'm saying,
I know that. I was just joking. Like, I know that he ain't got no money like that, so
This
Nick Jacobs, what up, big dog?
Was cracking.
Chilling. Joebiden says that the verdict of Chauvin is the right step in the right direction to end racial inequality. I disagree with him. So how do you feel about what he just said?
I most definitely disagree with him. At the end of the day, once again, like I always say, us people of color are basically we're America's a big ass prison, period, for us, and it's like I'm pretty sure it's a dozen people that's a part of the police force that are just like Chauvin. So this shit ain't gonna change until the Heavenly Father cracks the skies or something like that.
Yep, that's the way it's looking,
as far as I'm concerned.
Yep,
it's a modern day Babylon.
All right, now Bear came in here earlier saying that the body camera footage shows a fight and shooting of a 16-year-old by police.
Oh yeah, I've seen that with the black girl, right?
Yeah, the little girl.
It's like a 15, 16-year-old. Yeah, I've seen that.
Tell me more about it.
Hold on, in an unprecedented move, Columbus police showed body camera footage of the shooting of a 16-year-old girl by a Columbia's police officer just hours after the incident. The video shows an officer approaching a driveway with a group of young people standing there. In the video, it appears that the 16-year-old, identified now as Ma'Khia Bryant, who was moments later shot by police, pushes or swings at a person who falls to the ground. Bryant then appears to swing a knife at a girl who is on the hood of a car, and the officer fired his weapon, what sounds like 4 times, striking the girl. Columbus police stressed that the Bureau of Criminal Investigations is leading the investigation into the case, but the city wanted to release the body camera to give the public more information. It's a tragic day in the city of Columbus. It's a horrible, heartbreaking situation. Mayor Andrew J. Ginther said, "We felt transparency in sharing this footage as incomplete as it is at this time was critical." Franklin County Children's Services confirmed on Tuesday night that the girl killed was 16-year-old Ma'Khia Bryant and that she was in a foster care in the custody of Children's Services. Interim Columbus Police Chief Michael Woods said officers are authorized to use deadly force to protect themselves or a third party. He said the investigation still needs to be completed to determine if the actions of the officers were justified. He said the officers who was not named has been placed on administrative leave. Well, of course, Columbus Public Safety Director Ned Pettis Jr. urged the public to be patient as the investigation continues and city officials again called for peace. "She could be my grandchild," said Pettis, "and any way you look at this, it's a tragedy." And they said a crowd protested near a home. Okay, so basically, yeah. They basically saying she swung a knife or something at the girl, and then the cop just shot her because looked like she was about to stab the girl, I guess. So what y'all think about that?
I don't think you have to shoot her. You could just detain her.
Right.
But you know how these cops are. They go straight for their weapon because they don't know how to fight. No hand-to-hand combat training, nothing. I've literally seen, I think, what was that guy name? He had the TV show. He was like the bodyguard from Jerry Springer.
Steve Wilkins.
Steve Wilkins. Yeah, he was on the Breakfast Club, right? He explained how these cops they do not pass the obstacle course. They can't even do it.
Oh,
and
of course.
Pass them off anyway, because that's how weak they are.
Yeah,
bunch of pussies, bro.
But but the blacks, but they got to pass the obstacle course because my mother-in-law, she's a CEO here in Lake County, HD, in Lake County Police, and she has to do the obstacle course, and she's 40-something years old. But they gonna make the blacks do the course, but them whites, you think they gonna make them do it?
They've done it. I've seen footage on them doing it and filming it, and they still get passed in as a cop.
Hell, my cousin had to do it. He's a CEO HD at 33rd. You know 33rd as Orlando.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's a CEO at 33rd. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but to me, they're passing. What's up, Uncle Frank? They're passing these guys along and everything because, because there's nobody else who wants to do it. So they're like, okay, we'll just give it to them. So I just feel like what we have to do is we have to change our situation where we're from, which is easier to say than to do because you got to understand. Everybody lives their own way. they're taught a certain way how to live. So whatever is wrong to us may be right to them. So that's the only way I see we'll have change is if we change our house first. Because if you don't fix your house, man, you're not going to be able to tell somebody else how to do what they're going to do if your house is torn up and messed up. So,
Yep.
I mean,
yep, and that's what goes back to what I was saying about once we know our enemy, know our history, know our, you know what I mean, know our culture, know who we are as a people, then we can start, you know what I mean, working on our communities and our neighborhoods and stuff like that.
Also knowing that America is not our rest anyway. Period.
yeah. And my mindset is that you're only going to be able to help a certain few people because other people ain't gonna really want to listen to that. They're gonna be too busy. Like, man, look, I'm trying to get this money right now. I got things to do and stuff, you know, because they're living check to check, or they're trying to make
I'm
together.
just being realistic. Nobody wants to be a cop. That does not
Like
pay.
I said, that's what I say. I say you see kids getting scared.
Number two, you're gonna get them dirty looks if you like live in your own hood and you a cop. That's number two because I've seen that firsthand. Number three is like, dude, they do a lot. Like Michael J. White explained this when he was gonna be a cop. He was like, like they didn't hire him just based off the fact that he was too smart. Like they want him dumb and more stupid and more brain.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like smart cops.
Like they want you to be.
That's why a lot of these cops is like really dumb. Like,
well, if we don't want to be police, what else can we do? Like, to me, I still think we need to police our neighborhoods ourselves.
Yeah,
you can have community police. Like, you know, what do they call those? I forgot what they call those.
What?
Type of police that live like in the neighborhood and stuff. Like, they're not like police, but you can.
They're crime. Talking about crime. I know the name of it. Crime. It's in some
crime watchers.
Something like that. Yeah.
No, like when they do their community policing and like
neighborhood watch.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds corny, but you may have to do that. Like, we may have to do that, like, to get things done because, you know, people ain't gonna want to be cops and everything because of our relationship with the police. So we have to try to have another alternative. We just can't say, all right, we don't want to be cops, but then get mad when a cop kill us. It's like we already know what they expect because they already don't like us. Yeah. So we have to find other ways to clean it up because if we clean up our neighborhoods and don't show a lot of activity, which is negative, they're not gonna mess with us. Even if they try to, they can't find nothing because we don't have it on us. So
the funny thing is that a lot of people like to bring that up when it comes to like the black community, like things going on and stuff like that, drug dealing, all that. Same thing goes on in the white neighborhoods, just the cops don't bother them.
Exactly. Yep. They do.
Same thing.
But you know another
they
thing
cooking up coke in a basement somewhere in the suburbs right now.
But shoot, not in the basement, it's in their kitchen. I done seen it firsthand. They do it in their kitchen in the open. They don't care who Steve.
You ain't lying.
Dude, they don't do it in the basement. They do it right in their kitchen, and they be like, "What's up?"
Crack and cocaine cooking up in their living room.
Oh yeah,
man. Especially out here in the country, HD. You know, out here in Wildwood, they be cooking meth.
Yeah, of course. That's why they get them houses built out there so they can do that. The front of the thing is basically you got your vegetables and all your stuff you're growing. In the back in that house and stuff, they growing weed, they growing all that stuff.
Yeah,
that's
some Ozark stuff.
Yeah, like Ozark. Yeah, it's exactly like that, and that's what it is out in the country. And then you got black people who stay out in the country in Florida, and they basically buy houses. They doing the same thing and everything. Like they're just not growing. They're not doing just farm work. They're doing other things. And white people been doing this forever. But
doing moonshine.
Oh yeah, moonshine, absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, but you know they the right people. We the wrong people.
I wonder if I thought about this. Like, since the other 5 cops getting charged or going to court too, the main cop that stood by and watched them do that to George Floyd was Asian. Now you see what's going on with this Asian hate stuff, right? So I wonder how that's going to play a game into this.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Clem, what's up?
Or they
Clem?
just going to leave it alone. They could just leave it alone and not say nothing because they know if they do, it's going to mess up their Asian hate movement.
Right.
Because there's been very questionable videos with Asians and blacks lately.
Those are probably crisis
that I've been
actors.
seeing.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was a guy who came out who was Asian. He basically blasted the Asians, saying that they don't even know their history because when it comes to racism, they've been he said our forefathers have been real racist towards the black community. So that's why he don't support the Asian the Asian race thing that they got going on. He feels it's agenda based. And this
I do see like I understand like in New York, like where it's mainly going on, like you see like other races walking with them and stuff like that, like black people and stuff. I get it because you probably grew up in a neighborhood where you just had a couple of friends that was Asian too, and they probably didn't do shit. They probably just chilling and shit. But you know the ones that I'm mainly talking about, like the ones that be like undercover races and stuff like that. Like
all of them as a whole. Them as a whole on that bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like them.
Yeah, they are because they're racist towards the black Asians, the Blasians. They real racist towards. They treat them like crap.
Yeah.
Like
one of the parents, one of the parents, people of color.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think this whole thing was planned. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist. I just think all this stuff was planned, and
it looks that way.
Well, I told you it was going to be guilty because they was going to call a guilty verdict. It didn't want no riot like they had last year.
Yep,
I said that.
Yeah, exactly. I really said that. I don't know. I just look at it as it was planned. Because it just seemed fake to me. I mean, I'm sorry to say
plus it makes Biden look good.
Right. And then Biden,
hold on. What do you mean by it looks fake? Like what looks fake? What, the court case? Like
it's just
I'm not
saying it's
them
fake.
calling a guilty verdict.
Right. That and not only
they don't want that. They don't want the city to get messed up again. Like
exactly.
That's what he was saying. That's what he was saying.
I just said that's the only reason why they called it.
Yeah,
that would have been the best thing to do.
Yeah.
They was waiting.
No, that was
I know.
I'm just saying the timing of when it happened and how
everybody was out there.
Yeah, the U-Hauls and everything. It was ready.
It's very fishy to me, like how it went down, like how just how everything is transpiring, man. It just don't. Something's just missing to me. I mean, it's hard to explain it. It's just I don't know. I'm just skeptical of it.
I agree.
You had them trying to defend like like certain people in there, but then you had like some of the cops that was like, dude, like this is like stupid. So it's like a lot of them broke the blue line. What are they called? Blue line matter, blue lives matter, whatever it's called. Like a lot of them just turned on them straight up. It was like, dude, like there's no way for you to get out of this.
Yeah, it's just
ridiculous.
I just think they threw everything on to him, and then these cops now that they're going to prosecute him. I think they just did it because of the backlash and all of the stuff that's been going on. I really think if that wasn't even on tape, dog, this would have just been a brush spot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it would have just been.
I mean, that's how it normally is with all the cases. Like, I'm still.
That's
waiting
how they're acting. They're trying to make it seem like this dude is just like he's a lone gunman. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a rogue agent.
They got the other 5, but this ain't the only case that I'm waiting on.
T hit it right on the nail when he said that. Exactly, T. That's how I feel.
It ain't well. They gonna get the other 5. Like they're gonna have to. But this ain't the only.
But they're
that
trying
I'm
to
worried
make it like
about.
this
I'm
is an
worried about
isolated. They're trying to make it like it's an isolated incident. Like this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's not how the police department is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
They should have brought them all together and prosecuted them at the same time.
The reason why they
happened
didn't because he was the main guy who had his knee on his neck.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but
they might have to make those separate.
They could have stopped it, my nigga.
But LB, that's like this. That's like if we went out and everything, and you basically robbing somebody, you were sticking them up. But I was right there the whole time.
They're still going to charge.
They never have those together. I'm looking out the whole time like, man, shoot.
Yeah,
even though I didn't help you, even though
I charge you as an accomplice.
Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Even though I didn't technically help you rob that guy, I'm still catering to you. I'm a part of the problem because I'm watching out to make sure nobody stop you from doing what you're doing. That's all I'm saying.
You're right. You're right. I'm just saying this, but when they go to court and get their court case, they're never together. They're separate. They come in one at a time.
Okay.
They never usually together. No, that's never really happened.
If it was us being black and we committed a crime, they would have had all our asses right there on trial.
It's like when they did. It's like when. What could I think of like GS9 or Treyway or something like that? They had them in one at a time. They didn't do them all at once.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that just depends on what kind
they have to separate them because of paperwork and stuff like that.
Okay. T, what you were saying?
That just depends on what the strategy is. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes they'll your lawyers, but if you got a good lawyer, they gonna handle that. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that either it's good that y'all all stand together, or you make this separate so everybody had in your own fate. Usually, people they want to go for separate cases. You know what I'm saying? Because strategically, you know what I'm saying, it's easier to get yourself off than try and get everybody off and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. You right. You and LB right.
But you know something though, I feel like we need to, like I said, so we can start, building our own forest. Teaching have our own charter schools and teach our own curriculums and stuff like that. Because, like I said, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. You know what I mean? Ignorance is the most. Is the most. You know what I mean? It's the most. The most priceless thing. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I understand. You good?
The sad thing is that, you know what I'm saying, for a lot of people, education isn't a priority and shit. You know what I'm saying?
We definitely need more STEM programs for black boys, specifically.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And also, like I was saying, T, when we were coming up, we had, what I'm saying, me and you being from the 80s, we had we were policed by our family and by others who looked like us. Like if we did something wrong, they was gonna tell our mom or dad, yo, we saw him over here, we saw him doing this. Nowadays it's like everybody is very individual, and that's how and I also blame that on America, how it is.
That's the system. Rugged individualism.
I mean, that's how it was growing up until like a certain year. I think around the mid 2000s that slowly started dying.
Yeah,
that's what it's slowly. You know why? I started?
Because nobody want to be like everybody. Like don't want to be all up in each other's business.
Government assistance.
Yeah, government trying to intervene on how you discipline your child.
Yeah.
When they intervene.
Like I was saying earlier, they don't want that man in the household.
Exactly.
Well, the whole discipline style thing started happening this decade. Like, because it wasn't like that before. Government assistance has always been around, so that ain't never really changed.
Government The government tries to kick a man out the household. They always try to exalt the woman over the man in the household. And it's like it's all balanced.
Yeah.
Man, it's a good ass movie starring Diane Carroll and James Earl Jones about that. And that's back in the 70s.
Oh, you talking about goddamn Claudine? Yeah, I've seen that
Claudine.
movie.
Yeah,
Claudine.
yeah.
That was good.
Oh, Claudine, yeah, I've seen that.
I've seen that.
But it talks about that shit, how like she wanna get with James Earl. She got like 6-7 kids. I guess Diane Carroll's a freak and shit. She got like 6-7 kids and shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And James Earl Jones like, fuck it, I'm trying to get to know you because it's still Diane Carroll and shit.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
You gonna take all 7 of them kids? Shoot, hey.
I guess so. You know what I'm saying? He was down. But
You're right. I guess so, man. Shoot, I want
T was like, you look good, but them 7 kids.
Yeah, but them
like,
7, man. No.
Damn. These niggas got attitudes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Look. But
I'll be looking at them sideways when they have one.
Exactly.
Yeah, but see what you're saying though.
No, it was just, you know what I'm saying? Like he was trying to be with her. He didn't want to like necessarily like wife her yet, but he wanted to at least date her and shit and buy her gifts. And she had a problem accepting gifts from him, or you know what I'm saying, whatever, because the fucking social worker would come over and be all in their business and shit. Is there a man living here? Are you dating? You know what I'm saying? Because if she had any of those, they would kick her off and then, you know what I'm saying, fucking leave her out to dry. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So, like this whole thing is designed to break down. That's you know what I'm saying? Like white folks never had to go through that. And the system was designed for them. But when we started using it, it had to come up with all kind of rules.
The system was designed for and by them.
Exactly. MLK was talking about that shit.
Yep. So that's why I'm saying that no matter how many of us as a people, as a race, are in the police force, their foundation is messed up.
Right.
It could be 10 black police officers in one department, but it's gonna be still 10 to your 50 white police officers.
Exactly, dude. You have to look at their overseers, dog. They're modern day overseers.
I've seen it first.
When I see
I got pulled over with me and my peoples got pulled over, and the black cop be like, "Man, calm." Then you had this white cop or like another cop just tripping, like acting like nigga, sit your punk ass.
Right.
I mean, think about how many procedural flaws that they have. That everybody's seen this dude record. You know what I'm saying? Chauvin's record or whatever.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying?
How many had 19? Was it 19 complaints?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and all of them
just was so many. Yeah, it was like so many complaints about this man.
And what made it even more crazy that he knew to do. And there was like this backstory between him and George Floyd and stuff. Like, dog, it was like that.
Yeah, see, they didn't really talk about that shit, but yeah, like they used to bounce together at one of the clubs out there. You know what I'm saying? And
dog.
Listen,
man, and using us as a people, if we just knew how much power we have, they couldn't make a freaking dime without us, dog. Like look at the entertainment, like the music industry, the NBA, the NFL, the boxing, and all this other things. Like,
right.
They couldn't make a dime without us. If we just,
of course, and that's how they get you. That's how they try to make that. That's how they get into your mind and make you think that you're nothing like that. You know what I mean? Through TV, through music. That's how they make you docile. That's how you become docile. Do all that bullshit.
Yeah, but some niggas ain't trying to give up those butter biscuits.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
They will give up the butter
that's really
biscuits.
What it's all about. Because it's like the what you won't take, the next motherfucker will. And that's how the entertainment industry survives, because they know if somebody put their foot down, well, they just find another sucker. You know what I'm saying? Quickly.
Just like Hitler said, if they knew what they were, then
You borging out, Q. Q, you borging out, man. They done messed it and cut your audio.
Oh,
you good now?
You
okay.
good now.
Oh, I was just saying, if we knew what we really were, man. Oh man, we could move mountains, dog.
Almost definitely, man. Yeah.
The thing that I find funny today, there was a couple of YouTubers I've been waiting on. The ones that was like against, that was riding with the cop.
Brandon
I want to know
Tatum.
what all these racists and coons
Brandon Tatum.
they've been
LB.
extra quiet today. I've been
Brandon
waiting
Tatum.
on Candace Owens. I've been waiting on that punk cop nigga Brendan Tatum. I've been waiting on ABL, Mark Dice, Steven Crowder. I've been waiting on all of y'all. All of y'all been quiet today.
LB, they ain't gonna say nothing. LB.
They ain't gonna say
All of
nothing.
y'all
They
been
ain't
extra
gonna say
quiet
nothing.
today. Fox News has been kind of like quiet.
Ronald Smith,
Man,
whatever his name
they
is.
just trolls and shit, man. They motherfuckers troll the black community. That's what they all about.
Yeah,
Shit.
those
That's
are
how,
there. They just
like
get paid to stir up shit.
them two Trump bitches, they stupid.
Right.
Am
Hey,
I
yo,
forgetting any? The twins, those black Hodge twins, whatever they are, Hodge twins. I've been waiting on all of them. I'm like, dog.
Yeah.
I've been extra quiet.
What's happening, bro?
Yeah, what you want to think about Joe Biden? He said, with this verdict, it's the right move in the right direction to end racism and inequality. I disagree with him. What do you feel about it?
Man, he can shut the fuck up, man. Cause like, okay, cause here's the thing, dog.
Jim Crow Joe.
You're part of the crime bill, dude.
Exactly.
Yo,
That's his
somebody
claim.
Hold on,
something,
LB.
bro.
Hold on. Let me cook.
I would have
For a
studied.
second.
Hold on.
Let me cook for a second. Let me cook
let
for
him
a
go.
second.
You can go.
All right. So here's my thing, man. Cause he come out after he gets elected, come out, and to my African Americans, you guys will have my back, and I'll make sure I have yours. The first thing he does, he signs off a bill for Asian Americans as far as like standing up against racism on their end. And it's like, what the hell? And then we just heard about the reparations they got within their community. And we still ain't got
Like
shit. But these
$50 million.
ass,
Is $50 million?
$50 million.
yeah, we ain't got nothing but these little skimpy ass stimulus checks, bro.
Yep.
Wait, what? They got reparations.
They got
Yeah,
reparations.
through their organization, they have like the Asian some shit.
Asian $50 billion. Yeah, you ain't
Yeah, 50 billion. Yeah.
50 billion.
What do you think you are?
Yeah,
I want to say
said.
things.
Yeah.
I want to say some things right now, but we on YouTube, so I'm not. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna relax,
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Hey, Donnie, you there, Donnie?
Well, I'm here. I'm
The
listening.
whole thing been
All
only
right.
like the
So
Asian
what
hate
you
thing been
hold
like
on,
2-3 weeks.
Hold on, LB.
Bro.
Donnie,
LB,
Joe
you
Biden
forgot the
said-
vice president. Who the vice president is, LB?
Donnie, Joe
the
Biden
fake Asian lady?
basically.
That's
Hold on,
Asian
everybody. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna let y'all all go. Let Donnie go. He just got here. Donnie, basically, Joe Biden said that with this verdict, it's the right step in the right direction to end racism and inequality. I disagree with him. What do you feel about his take on that?
I disagree because if that was the case, the guy was the 20-year-old when they got killed. I mean, to me, it's been worse since Floyd. Since he died, it's been worse.
Yep.
I mean, I think I've counted 5 incidents. If I'm wrong, 4 or 5 incidents where
I think it was
somebody.
fine.
Yeah,
I think it was fine. Yeah.
I think it got worse. I don't see it getting better. You would thought it would stop after that, but it then got worse. We seeing more racism come out because it's on camera now.
Yep.
Even on these blogs here, when people post, you see all the racism come out. The people get the free. They think they can call you nigga anytime they want.
Yep.
And it's easy to hide behind a keyboard and call somebody that, but they got the freedom. It's freedom now. So I think it got worse. It's not this. We don't even know how many years he's going to get. He may only get 10 years.
That's what I was saying.
Yep, that's what Q said earlier, Donnie, before you got in here. Me and him were saying the same thing, that he may get 10 or he might get 5 because he can appeal this and get a lesser sentence, and then he can be out on good behavior.
Yeah, it's in the remember it's in the judge's hand. That's why they did it. That's why they wanted it in the judge's hand.
Yep.
I mean, they made me mad though because they took forever for the verdict, and I was watching General Hospital all that time. They took forever to come with the verdict.
Yep.
Yep. You know they're gonna make some sense for you.
Yeah. It's not gonna change, man. Like I said, and I don't know. I still don't got a good feel on Biden yet, but I don't know. I don't know.
Man, all these politicians are the same, bro.
Man, that motherfucker ain't give a shit.
Well, I mean, that's his opinion, man. You know, Donnie feel that way. You feel me? Me, I don't trust him. I didn't trust Trump. I don't trust Kamala. I don't trust none of them. I don't trust any president that ever been president because I just don't feel like they have us at our best interest. And I think
they have America's best interest.
Right. They're not trying to look after us. They're trying to keep their foot on our neck systematically. I just think the problem with Trump to them was he was too blatant with his racism. So they were like, oh, we got to get you out. We got to go back to
Trump was pandering to one crowd. Then that's pretty much got his following.
Exactly.
A lot of these whites like that are Trump supporters, they're not even Republican or conservative. They just Trump supporters.
They just Trump supporters, right?
They don't give a damn about the right or none of that. They just care about Trump. That's why they were so upset or whatever.
Right. No, you're right.
When it comes to Biden, like nobody likes this dude in the vice president. Like nobody do.
No, nobody likes
it. Nobody. They just got him in there just to get Trump out of there.
I don't like none of them. I don't like that reptilian. That's another topic.
He said
I'd rather take my racism
probably is a reptilian.
I'd rather take my racism overtly because I know what you about than being sneaky. I never like that sneaky racist.
I hate that
I always hated that
crap. I hate that crap.
Any mulattoes in the chat?
Oh, cause C-Pen gonna defend them.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, stop, bro. Stop, bro. Don't bring that up, bro. We already go back and forth enough on that today.
Pat Mahomes is probably defending Derek Chauvin as we speak.
You gonna defend them? That's
a lie. Derek Chauvin, you defending the That's a lie.
Defending George Zimmerman.
You know what they was about.
That's a lie. That's cap.
So Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, you know.
I'm
mulatto still for
I'm capping.
Mulattoes, boy.
Yeah, the thing with mulattoes is
I don't know, bro.
Identity crisis.
I don't trust C-Pen because the way he smiles look like he finna snap.
No, I trust C-Pen. All you gotta do is say something about Pat Mahomes or Steph or the Chiefs. He gonna have it back. Hey, C-Pen, he said something like this. Who said what? Who said what? Coming out of nowhere with the that's all you gotta do. That's the trigger word. C-Pen to be down at your block ready. Like, man, who said what? Who said what? What with the KC Scully on everything ready? Like, what?
Oh, yeah.
That mulatto.
So
y'all still.
Hey man, on a lighter note, did any one of y'all see the Method Man and Red Man versus?
Yeah,
I caught the very end, bro. I missed it, bro. I caught the very end, dog.
I don't even know that was a verse.
But they wasn't, to me. If you look at they wasn't even battling. They just
like, it was really like a loud. It was like really a.
It was a concert,
like a concert, like the performance.
Like a concert.
Oh, really?
I seen clips of it, and I was like, "Wait, when did this happen?" Like, what was that?
They announced this ahead of time, bro. Like, you know,
I was happy that they bringing back hip hop. They showing hip hop.
I mean, to me, I don't like these verses. Like the one they had Ghostface versus Raekwon. I didn't like that. I didn't like this one. When they told me about it, I heard about it like right before I went live. I'm like, my cousin was texting me. I'm like, why? that's not a versus to me. Versus is like two separate people who weren't doing music together. It's like you and him go against each other. Like I'm not going. I don't feel that. Like I love their music. I love Ghostface and Raekwon, but I didn't tune into it because to me it's not a versus. To me, like the Gucci and Jeezy, that's a versus. You know what I'm saying? These dudes ain't like each other.
To me, that was the best one out of all
that's
of them.
The versus to me. That was the best one. That's all I want.
That's what I watched. That's definitely top 5 verses. Like
top 3, bro. Because Gucci did not.
Yeah,
care,
maybe
bro.
top 3.
Gucci,
right?
The Gucci thing was the Gucci. He said, "Did that grave digging up that versus."
Put his ass in the dirt.
Put his ass in the dirt.
LaBelle versus like Gladys Knight.
Gucci was going in.
If I was Jeezy, I was shot music.
Snoop and DMX was straight, but Snoop couldn't match X's energy. X had too much energy.
No,
his
because it had Snoop winning. I'm like, no, wait a minute. Like, and I understand.
Snoop only had one good album, bro. He only had one good album.
Right.
One good album and just features.
Was mediocre.
Right. One good album and all features.
Right. Ed got what? 4 or 5 good albums?
5.
You got 3 good albums and the other 2
It's Dark as Hell, Hell is Hot, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, and then there was X.
And there was X, the Great Depression.
The Great Depression.
Yeah, he had 4.
Great Depression. So
I say he had 3, but 4 was like Grand Champ was like
Depression was okay to me. It wasn't all
that.
It
wasn't all that.
But Grand Champ and the other ones, those was fire.
Year of the Dog and the Lord Give Me a Sign album. I'm like,
Nah, yeah, X.
You gonna do it in the StreamYard too.
Yeah, X was too holy on that one. But yeah, he destroyed Snoop. It wasn't competition.
He destroyed him so
but
bad.
That album was,
he would destroy Snoop. He would destroy Snoop so bad. Snoop was performing his songs.
But those
like a damn player.
But other people had him winning because of the trackless Snoop had. Like if you had like
nobody had it.
People had Snoop winning. It was because the
nobody had winning. I looked in the comments. Nobody had Snoop winning. They had X winning.
I looked in the comments. I looked at media comments.
Hold on, bro. I can hear T. What's he saying?
T, what you said?
I said, no, I ain't gonna say DMX just. DMX just watched them because Snoop may have only one album, but Doggy Style is a monster. You know what I'm saying? Like Doggy Style,
it's not about albums. Like, everybody not know what a versus is?
No. Hold on. To
me, for what I got was 2 different styles and people going against each other.
Yeah.
That's what I thought the verses was, and I thought X washed them, dog. Like his style and his energy, his delivery, I'm not saying Snoop's Doggy Style was fire. That to me, that's a 5 mic album. But I'm just saying, like, dog, like X just destroyed him. The energy, the delivery.
We all know that DMX is the stronger MC. Period.
Out of the park.
DMX is the stronger MC.
You're like. I understand that what you saying about the Doggy Style, but to me, I'm like, this motherfucker had 2 albums the same year, and then there was X. We can't top that with, and he had with Doggy Style. You can't top 1 against 3. That's dead one.
About the albums.
It's not. But though I'm not saying about the album, LB. I'm saying about the singles, dog. Look at all the singles.
So you're talking about
they wasn't playing singles over just one album. Snoop had other classic songs that wasn't on Doggy Style.
So you're saying singles versus single?
Huh?
That's what you're saying it is? Single versus
they just took their best 20. That's all they did. You take your best 20 songs, and he takes his best 20 songs. Like, I'm not going down history. I'm not going down none of that. You could use that as analysis.
That's stupid. That's stupid right there. That's stupid right there. What you doing?
Plus features, which everybody forgets for some reason. They play features,
which I don't like. I don't think that's.
I don't like no features.
Snoop on features as more as his songs. Like, I like X better on features and him by itself.
Like I forgot what song X played that Snoop played when he played PIMP remix. I forgot what X played.
Oh yeah, Snoop verse. Oh yeah. I got my Annihilator Gators on. I'm gonna show you how Pippin is white strong. You dead wrong if you think Pippin gonna die with bad bitches on my side. I'm down with the boy 50 like I'm down with blue. You love you,
man, it's as simple as this, bro.
That's the problem. Yeah, but my problem is that wasn't his record. That was 50's record.
It's a feature. There's the
but that's not his record. LP, that's not his record.
Like how
it is? You can't do another rapper song, LP.
You can take a feature. They said that, right? That's the rules with all the verses. You can take.
Look, bro, they have been doing features.
Anything that's them.
I understand driving like but you do. But
Jadakiss took a song that he wrote. He wasn't even on the song. He took a song that he wrote.
Yeah, because that's his record. He wrote that shit.
It's not his song. He just wrote.
That's his record. Not his song. He just wrote for it. He just wrote it.
That was the only thing that he did. Like now we bringing writing shit. I thought R&B artists was the only ones that did that.
He write that stuff, right? What are you talking about?
Look what you done started.
Everybody does that, whether it's
everybody does it, whether it's rock and
No. I'm talking about in the verses, it was just the R&B artists. They was doing that, like where they'll take songs that they wrote for somebody and would use that like
no. Even in gospel, even in the gospel verses that they did with Fred Hammond versus Kirk Franklin, they
did that.
Even Fred played songs that he wrote, but he really wasn't singing on.
Kirk Franklin, man.
No, I'm just saying that. Oh hell no!
All of the R&B artists on verses done that. They all did it. Ashanti did it. Keisha Cole did it. John Legend, Alicia Keys did it. Babyface did it.
Look what they started.
Trying to get back and it's going through its usual progression. Normally, when you're training and getting back, it's not
see no live. Somebody playing this live.
Stop feeling the pain.
No.
Pain one kind of going away.
But what you were saying, LB?
No, I'm just saying that you could not like it all you want. They said you can do that if you want to.
Hey, yeah, I just with me verses is just do like you could do songs from song, you could do features, but what you're doing, but him Snoop did, he just did a feature. He took a song that's not his record, but he was a feature on it, but that's not his record. You can do features
on the record, so they taking that verse. DMX had a record that he was featured on there.
What song? What's the criteria of the verses? Like what?
They made it perfectly clear from Just Blaze and Swiss. They made that shit perfectly clear. Like no, like you can
Just Blaze. You mean Timberland?
No, when Just Blaze and Swiss battled.
Oh yeah.
Years ago.
Okay, so what's the
bro? Somebody needs to mute Carson. Whoever got Carson stuff on, they gotta mute that, man.
I don't know what it is.
I can hear it.
I can hear it too.
All right, go ahead.
I can hear it too.
Still hear it?
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's the criteria. You could take like whatever songs you was featured on, you could take your own song.
Yeah, but that
mixtape records, you could do whatever you want.
Yeah, but like you said, Just Blaze Swiss Beats, like that's the song they played, and did they produce it?
Yeah, they all produced. Like they took songs that they produced.
Yeah, that's
not a rapper.
Okay,
so he produced that beat.
Hold on. So the criteria is if you wrote the song or was featured on the song, or if it's your song, you play that in the verses, right?
Yeah. Now, when it comes to rappers, they normally don't bring the songs that they wrote. They just don't. It's not like a rule. It's just like, why would you do like that? Comes off like cheating a little bit.
Okay, so are they battling their catalog or they're battling song for song?
They're using their catalog on top of songs they've been featured on.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Every
saying.
versus they've done it so far. Every verse they've done it.
I'm just trying to make sure that are they battling like my song and your song battle, and then we get another song and another song to battle, or are they battling catalog against catalog?
No, song against song. Pick your 20 songs from wherever you choose from, and they got their 20.
Oh, okay.
And it's a compilation of albums, features that they've been on, mixtapes. It don't matter.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
That's been a thing for like what? How long has it been going on? Like 2 years?
Yeah, about 2 years.
Not 2 years, like a year.
I don't know.
No, I'm not talking about the actual thing when it was official on Apple. I'm talking about just how long they've been doing it from Instagram.
Well, I was feeling X
since
more.
Since the pandemic even started.
Yeah, they were doing it before the pandemic, but then they started going crazy with the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Like they started doing it more.
Wasn't they doing producers too? They had producers too.
Yeah, like you had Hit Boy and Boy Wonder.
Like
you
he
had
said
Hit
about
Boy
Just
and Boy
Blaze
Wonder
Beats.
battle.
Yeah,
you had Hit Boy and Boy.
Who won that one, man?
When Sliss and Blaze battle, that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, then you had
and
earlier in the pandemic, you had RZA and DJ Premier go at it.
Right.
Yeah, then you had Hit Boy and Boy Wonder. They went at it on Instagram.
Yeah, that was funny, but that was like some of the beats. Like they was like the beats. They like who?
You had
No, they played the songs.
Yeah, they played the songs. Yeah,
I watched it. They played the songs, and Hit Boy watched them.
The Babyface went against.
I don't know if State Property has enough to do with verses against Jay. No, Jay got too much.
You got to do if you're doing State Property, you got to do group against group.
I mean, probably the rival would be Deluxe. Yeah,
Locks washed. And Locks got too much.
That's a wash, though.
That's a wash. Locks got way too many songs and hits.
I mean, State Property ain't put out that much music.
Right.
They only
put out what, 2 albums?
I don't see that. I don't see that perfectly. I don't see that.
They can go against Major Figures. They put out about the same.
Oh hell no!
Major Figures got a lot of songs in their catalog. A lot of it's underground, but they got a lot of songs. Oh,
you could probably do like Dipset versus G Unit, something like that.
That's the one I've been waiting on. But Jim Jones,
that makes sense.
Jim Jones specifically said out of his own mouth, "I ain't trying to do no verses. I'm trying to fight 50." Like he said that.
Really, dog. Jim Jones.
That's all Jim Jones care about. That's all he care about. Jim Jones ain't. Jim Jones didn't even go hard as an MC like that anyway, so it's like, come on.
We all thought Jim Jones was bad, but as the years went by, after Hustle's Tone, I was like, yo, Jim Jones getting busy.
Man, he was still underwhelming there.
He was getting busy after that. With Weatherman, after Weatherman and all that came out, We Fly High and all that. Oh, he been
AT, what do you say to that, what LB said? About Jim Jones getting busy.
That's the adjective you want to use, that?
Jim can
That's
tell you.
all I wanted to hear. That's the adjective you want to use.
Fly High was one of the biggest records that Jim Jones ever did. That was one of the biggest records in If you don't cap it out, say getting busy back in the day.
No, Jim can tell you. Hold on. Jim can tell you.
And I don't want to hear no more boys that wasn't even born yet say nothing either.
No. Jim.
Hold
on. Jim can tell you. Well, hold on. Jim can tell you himself that he's not a rapper.
I don't know, kid. Man, I don't know, dog. I thought Burundi took the night off, dog.
Like everybody in mama know when We Fly High, the ball.
Nobody said it was a bad song.
When he did We Fly High,
I don't think anybody said that was a bad song on here.
Hey man,
hold on. When We Fly High came, did Max B wrote that or no?
Yeah, he wrote it.
Yeah, how you gonna say he get busy?
Because you don't know what the hell you talking about. He just say
Hold
yeah,
on.
you say yeah.
Hold on. What you said, T?
Actually, pull it up on Google if he wrote
He
it.
get bitch like how them Brooklyn Nets
And
used to
he
get.
wasn't even out like that when that song came out.
Nah, I think
Brooklyn Nets was
He wasn't
you
even
say
out when
J.R.
that
Ryder,
song came
J.R.
out.
Ryder,
What are you
or J.R.
talking
Ryder,
about?
or like,
He was out, but he
you
wasn't
say,
out like that.
but Jim Jones get.
That boy T said Jim Jones get busy like the Brooklyn Nets used to get busy. That is funny, dog.
So Ballin came out, Crunk Music came out, Weatherman came out. Like, what are you talking about? Weatherman was song with Fat Bundles and Lil Wayne.
Wayne killed that.
That's that
And
Jim
Fat
Jones
Bundles was on it.
Goonie.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Jim had hits. Jim got hits.
No,
Man.
Jim
had
got
hits.
hit,
Jim
but he
still got
didn't
good
write it.
albums to this day.
He didn't write it.
That's the problem.
Exactly.
Do you know that he wrote it or not? Like, do you have facts that he wrote it or not? Now, if he didn't write it, then fine. But I'm not just going off the top of my dome if I don't know.
No,
Because
he
it's been
didn't
15
write
years,
it.
so I don't remember.
It was Max
So,
B or
y'all got
somebody. He had
music for me,
writers.
I just
Jim
remember.
Jones
I
never
remember
wrote.
Max being out, but he wasn't like that yet until like 2 years later.
I mean, Jim Jones
like
would tell you.
07, 08. That's when he
But
was like really that
LB,
good.
even if he didn't have, Jim Jones had writers, dog. Jim Jones didn't write. He was the guy who was the hype man over there.
And Jim can tell
He
you.
wasn't
Jim,
no writer.
Yeah. We know that.
But LB Jim can tell you. I'm not a rapper. I'm a hustler. He can tell
Right.
you.
He
that.
was
Allegedly.
I'm talking about when Jim Jones first came out. When Jim Jones first came out on my way to church, yeah, we know that. Duh. I'm talking about 3-4 albums in. I'm talking like balling in on it.
He was a
He
hustler.
wasn't writing that.
Then he started going on his own.
The killer was Joel.
Right, Joel's was the killer. Yeah.
On Dipset.
Yeah,
really.
Joel and Cam was them niggas. But
those was
you
the
had Jim was just that guy that was just there, and I was like, okay, cool. You got
Just like
certified.
in G Unit, everybody
I was like,
knows
whatever.
Lloyd Banks was the killer.
Oh yeah, Banks was monster.
Boys was the lyrical.
Banks was
Everybody knew Lloyd Banks was like the best in lyrics.
Who did?
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Just like Dipset.
Jewels would have blew up if they would have marketed him right.
Jim Jones did blow up.
Not like
Really,
that.
not really.
Not
He
as
should
big as
have. Like what he should have. He should have done more.
Like not as big as he should have. Yeah.
He should have.
With
Jim Jones?
Didn't miss some
No,
albums.
Joel.
Joel was that dude. See, I don't know how niggas' radios was, so I don't know. I could just go by the tri-state.
No.
So I don't know how niggas' radios was.
Joel's had hits. It's just that the market, just like you said, the marketing right with the Def Jam.
Like that. Joel's
He had hits. He had hits, man. Don't do that. He had hits.
And Joel's even admit that to you when he did the interviews. He even said it out his mouth himself. He should have been
Joel
bigger.
started getting really big when he got with Lil Wayne. When they start.
He got big.
He got big.
He got big when he did this. When he did that old boy record, when he did the old boy, he came big. What are you talking about?
No, he's trying to say is that Joel started coming to his own, like he got big, like as far as on his own when he started rapping with Wayne. That's what he was saying.
No, not really. I said the reason he can't. No, I'm saying the reason why we know we gotta own once him when he started doing mixing. We started going on feature records and be on mixtapes. That's when he started becoming on his own.
And that wasn't until later. I'm talking Joel's 05, 04, 05, where he had Santana and all of that, like from the Diplomatic Immunity albums and all that stuff.
No, but you saying that that's when he blew up. But this guy, he's telling you when Joel's had blow up on his own. His own. And
he did blow up on his own.
Yeah.
No,
Wayne didn't really get that hot until he started hanging with Dip.
No.
Hold on, what you said?
What are you talking about?
Wait, what?
Wayne didn't get hot until he started hanging with Dip. That's fact.
No.
With who?
Nah.
With Dip.
Nah.
Dipset.
No, disagree.
I missed it. What was said?
Where was Hustle music video at? Where was it filmed at?
No, dude. Let's be honest. Was
it in Harlem?
When did
Everybody knew Wayne.
Everybody knew Wayne. What are you talking about?
No, Wayne was dope, but when the Carter 2 came out, he had songs
He wasn't hot with Dipset. No. He wasn't hot with Dipset. Everybody knew Wayne, but when he started becoming everybody respecting his lyrical when he dropped mixtape, when he dropped that dedication mixtape. That's when he came out. That's when he became.
The mixtape came out during his time rolling with this.
No.
The drought
the Carter drop. No.
You can go look. You can go
trying to find something.
You had the prefix, the suffix. You had all of that stuff.
No.
It started with me with
the drought one. The drought.
No. You can ask DJ Drama. DJ Drama can tell you when Wayne and Manny Fresh, when Wayne dropped the Carter, he said something wasn't right. He said, "No, I'm gonna go get them. I'm gonna start doing mixtapes." So him and DJ Drama work on a dedicated mixtape, and that's when people start respecting him lyrically.
I really like the Carter like that. Only like maybe.
It wasn't because Dipset. It wasn't because of Dipset.
I didn't like Carter like that.
The first Carter is a classic.
The first Carter,
I like Carter too. That's when I started liking Wayne. Us in the East Coast, it started with Like Father Like Son. It did not start with the Carter with us. It started with Like Father Like Son.
Yeah. With the Carter 2 probably started with y'all. But
y'all.
When he started hanging with Ginther,
like since the block is hot. We was on Wayne since then.
I never liked Wayne back then. That's why when niggas started coming up to me in school talking about some Lil Wayne, I was like, who the fuck is Lil Wayne? I had to like think about
LB, it's not about you. It's about the world.
LB.
It's not just about you.
Trying to tell you.
After the block is hot, and then
the block is hot.
With lights out.
None of
Then
that
he came out
bullshit.
with 500 degrees. Then he came out with the Carter.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm trying. You saying that he blew? But you're saying that he's trying to blow
certain artists like Luda.
That's not even counting the Hot Boys.
No, but LB, but you saying he blew up on this, which is very wrong. He blew up when he dropped the dedication, the first
when he got
That's when people
respected as a lyrical artist is when he started rolling with Dipset.
No.
That's
Carter, the first Carter. The first Carter's when they started people started looking at checking for his lyrics. Nobody know he had lyrics until the Carter 4. I mean,
he only had like
no. What
is he talking about?
Not the Carter. No, when he dropped the Carter, they was like, "Whoa, this I like his flow, like his bananas." Until Wayne himself, you can ask. Manny Fresh confirmed this. He said Wayne himself said, "Dog, something not right." He said, "Okay, I gotta go do mixtape." Once he dropped dedication mixtape, that's when people started respecting him lyrically. Like, whoa,
that was way late though.
No, that was not way late. That was not way late.
That was way later, dog.
That was not way late, LB. That was not way late.
I had the mixtapes.
No, that was not way late.
Even when he started with the Hot Boys, he stood out.
That was not way late.
The dedication
that was in
1 through 4.
No, that was not way late. No, this one, no.
As a lyricist, that motherfucker started checking for him, the Carter, because he shocked everybody with the Carter.
Right, the Carter. Yeah,
I heard the Carter. The Carter had Go DJ and all that cool, whatever. Birdman Jr. is the best song on there to me. But I'm talking about like. When he was really showing up was Like Father Like Son, the album that came out after the Carter.
That was you. That's your mindset.
That was way later.
No, that was your mindset. That's your mindset to me, to everybody.
That was a couple. What was that? A year later, or a couple?
Not down south. We're not thinking about that down south.
Yeah, that was like 2005. So that was like a year later.
Yeah, Carter 4 came out late 04.
Yeah.
Carter 4, late 04.
Yeah, I confirm you're right. It was BG and
I remember that because a bitch played it for me. That's why I
Carter
brought up
4
Carter
came
1.
way before 04.
BG and
Came
Juvie
way
were the
after
ones
04.
No, the
shining in
fuck it
Hot
didn't,
Boys.
dog.
Carter,
Lil
right?
Wayne got
BG
no
was
That shit
definitely
came
gonna
out
be
when I was
Carter
in
4
high
came in
school,
08,
dog. What are you
right?
talking about?
500 Degrees was starting to show, okay, he's getting there. And then when Carter 1 came out, that's when everybody was like, damn, this dude's lyrics is.
Yeah, because
That's when everybody knew he stepped his game up.
Yeah, because the 500 Degrees album was trash. Even
It
he
was
said
trash.
that.
Right.
Yeah,
It was trash.
because he tried
And
to
then
copy Juvie when
right.
Juvie was 400 Degrees, and that's when
Right.
Juvie had
And then
left.
he dropped the Carter. And that's when because we thought Wayne was falling off after 500 Degrees was trash. Then he dropped the Carter. We was like, oh, hell yeah, he's nice. That's when I was like, all right, this dude can spit now.
Yeah.
Before that, he was just wobbly guy doing the hooks.
Yeah.
Wobbity,
He said
wobbity,
Carter 4
dropping
came out
like
what?
it's high.
Right.
04, 2004.
The Carter 4 came out in 011.
I mean, Carter 1 came out in 04.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the mixtape, the dick I'm talking about came in 05. It wasn't the after. It was 05. It was next year. That's when people started
I just
studying
said it
lyrically.
came out a year later or a couple of months after that. I just said that.
Yeah, but you said no. But you said that's way.
You said like Father Like Son, dog.
You said Father Like Son.
His lyrics was hot
No, you
before
said that
because
the
he started
said Father Like
mixtape
Son.
came out. I
That
said
came way.
Those came out after the drought.
He was doing the squad
The
up
drought
thing,
came
and he was getting
The
recognition.
drought
of those as
came out before the dedication mixtapes.
He was doing the squad up mixtapes, and then he did the dedication. He did other mixtapes before that he started. People were like, all right, he's getting better. And then when the Carter dropped, it was
When
like,
the Carter
all right,
dropped, it was over.
Right,
You had Carter 1. You had Carter 1, Like Father Like Son. Carter 2. Then the drought, some of the drought mixtapes in between that. Then some
I'm
of the
not
drought
talking
mixtapes
about
after
the
that.
mixtape.
Dedication and the No Feelings
squad
mixtape.
up, Nick. You're not listening, dog. I'm talking about the squad up mixtapes and the other mixtapes he was doing. He had a lot of mixtapes before the damn Carter 1. Or like Father Like Son.
He did. Because
and he
when,
was killing it.
Was in
he
that
started
He probably did. I don't know none about that.
Okay, I'm trying
You don't listen.
And I live
I'm trying to explain it, and you don't want to listen. I'm trying to explain it. You keep talking about like father, like son. I'm like, that's cool. I'm saying that in the squad up tapes, when he was with Gutter and all of them, he started getting known. Then he dropped some more mixtapes after that because the 500 Degrees was garbage. And he was getting love from those mixtapes. Then when he dropped the Carter, that's when everybody like T and everybody like Uncle Frank in the West, in the East, in the Midwest started showing him love for lyricism. He dropped a lot of stuff before Like Father, Like Son, where he was getting respect for his bars. That's all I was saying to you. That's it.
That's true. Yeah, because it was Gutter. I'm gonna tell you who was in the group. It was Wayne, Gutter,
Deezy, Dizzy,
Fee-Banks,
Kid, E-Bank, all of them was killing. They was murdering shit. They was murdering.
I didn't know who Gutter was until Young Money.
Squad yeah.
I didn't know who that was until Young Money.
He been doing the squad up thing way before that.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I'm telling you, I didn't really know who Wayne was until he started rolling with Trina, but I didn't really pay attention to him like that at all. I didn't pay attention to him at all.
But
He
we're
didn't
trying to tell
get the good look from New York.
We're just trying to tell you from our end is that we from the South, we were on Wayne because I got family from New Orleans, and that's all they used to have us playing was that squad up shit. And then he had some other mixtapes, and we didn't know Wayne could get that lyrical. Because on those mixtapes, he stood the hell out way more than he did when he was with the
really writing all that shit anyway.
Yeah, but I already know. We trying to tell you in our perspective in the South right here. When he dropped the Carter, we started paying attention to him. We started paying attention to the man until when
I know a chick. That's when I was living down here at the time, and some chick was playing Carter 1 for me. I said, "Yo, play that Birdman Jr. one more time, what up?" That's why I was like, "All right, this is cool. This is a cool album. I didn't listen to it like that, but when Carter 2 came out, I was like, okay, I fuss with this now."
Right. That's when he was hot. That's when he was hot.
That's when he was
started
hot.
hanging with Dipset. A lot of his songs had Dipset influence, like "Money on My Mind." That sounded like a straight up. That sounded like a straight up Dipset record.
We was on Wayne with the braids before he went dread.
This when the black dread. This when the black dreads came black.
Right.
Like
he took his style from all the Jamaican and Haitians. That's where he got his dreads from. Nobody was copying him. He took it from us in Florida.
Because Wayne, a lot of mind you, Wayne used to come down to Florida. Yeah.
Right, he used to come down to Miami area all the time. Yeah, and he took the dreads from us. Like nobody wearing dreads because he was wearing braids. He had the cornrows, and then that's when he went to the dreads. Coming to Florida and saw everybody with dreads, and he started hanging out with those Haitians and all them, seeing them with dreads. So he took that style. And then he saw Lil Jon with dreads. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do that too," because Lil Jon had dreads before him.
He loved Haitians. Yeah, he loved Haitians, definitely.
Right.
And like you see that, like you talking about training. You looked at that music training he was in. You see him with Haitian dreads and Haitian hit.
Right.
I forgot what the name. I think that song was called.
Don't trip. Don't trip. Don't trip.
People sleep
what
on
was the song called? Don't Trip, I think.
Yeah, called Don't Trip.
A lot of people sleep on the Miami scene, but that's where good music came from.
Yep, exactly.
A lot of people sleep on Miami. They don't get the respect to this day.
They don't get no respect. You're right, Donnie. Facts.
They get no respect. Even Luther Campbell, he helped a lot of stuff that goes on today. You know, all the stuff he went through. They sleep on.
South don't get respect, period, when it comes to rap.
Yeah. Trick Daddy, all them, you know.
I don't think that's true. That was true 15 years ago. That was true 15 years ago.
They still don't get the respect as we talk now.
They still get clowned a little bit.
They still get clowned.
Oh.
They get clowned a little bit because a lot of the rappers from the South is animated.
No, they get it from Atlanta. They give respect to Atlanta, but not
right. Exactly. They don't give respect to Florida, no, man.
Sure enough, don't.
They don't. And Atlanta was really getting it popping.
Yeah.
Florida was getting it popping.
Yeah, because Atlanta's used as a hub, for business and
all that's what I'm saying. But Florida was getting it popping. Like we got a lot of artists down there too.
Yeah.
Are you talking now? Or are you talking back then?
I still think they got some now, but they got
them now.
They just don't get promoted. Especially there's some that are lyrical as the dudes out west and up north. They can spit too. They just don't get no recognition.
I've been peeping that Florida drill. Like I've been peeping that.
Yeah, and plus you got some guys that are lyrical, like in Houston, that people really don't know about like that, like K Reno, man.
Yeah,
he's nice too, bro.
Yeah, Houston. What Houston be straight. Houston got their own scene.
They all rock with
money. They can make their money just in Houston because Houston's so damn big. They could just make their bread there. They ain't even got to go nowhere. That's why Zero been making it for years because he just
Zero another one. Absolutely.
Yeah.
When it came to
him and Trey the Truth.
Zero.
As far as like right now, when it comes to like rappers, when it comes to rappers like in Florida right now, you either had one group gravitating towards Kodak Black or the other group going to XXXTentacion.
Wild Tapes in Florida, things were hard.
Like when it came to them too. Like all the emo niggas in Florida gravitated towards XXXTentacion, and you had the other side gravitating towards Kodak Black. And as far as everybody else, they just there.
Denzel Curry don't get much love though.
Denzel Curry, I like Denzel Curry.
He had that one song I like, that I Am the One.
I am the one,
like that. Yeah, like that was cool. Like,
no, but I heard a couple stuff. I heard a couple freestyles from me. He can rap a little bit. He can rap.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah.
They don't know nothing about that JT money and all that.
Let it go. Actually, cause no, cause I know
JT Money's like the older rapper, like from like
people.
JT Money was that lyrics, boy.
No,
JT man, get money.
Like, people talk about. No, people talk about Trey Dowski. No, they talk about JT Money because actually my father and JT Money, they went to high school together in Carol City. They went to high school together. So that's why I always get That's why I always hear JT Money in my father's music because he was sleep on. They always talk about Trick Daddy, Uncle Luke, but I would say JT Money was over there.
I know about that Jam Pony Express, all that.
Jam Pony. Damn, Donnie, man, showing my age. Damn, I miss all that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, another group that came out of Houston, man, the Fifth Ward Boys. Fifth Ward Boys. I like them.
Yeah, I remember that.
Nice.
Yeah, that was nice.
First time I heard them on rap a lot. It was on what was it? The last song on the Ghetto Boys album in '93 to was it till Death Do Us Part? It was all freestyle. That was the first time I heard them.
Yep.
So I've got some MCs though.
Yep. Well, man, we finna cut this thing and go over to Cino's page, man. Show him some love. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, see y'all.
For sure. See y'all, man.
All right.
See y'all there, bro.
Y'all head to Cino Live, man. He got a live up right now. Thank you all for coming by, man. And we are out. Dizzy.